home late like also last night. So
Mm.
so far refreshed and renewed for the day.
Okay, there you go. It's Saturday. It's like the end of the weekend, right?
Yes, it's end of the weekend and preparing for tomorrow's new weekend and weekdays,
Mm.
starting for job and study for the kids.
How did you adjust that before? Because you grew up in the Philippines and our weekend here is Saturday and Sunday. But when you came there to Qatar, it's Friday and Saturday. So is there an adjustment on your part?
The orientation teacher was it's automatically something like
Mm.
if we will work for the 5 days, so it will be automatically. Sometimes there's orient for the days, but as long as we're working for 5 days, it's automatically that it's a weekend for after 5 days. So the unfortunately or somehow, um, for we have family at home in Philippines, so that would be we need to have time for the scheduling of if we need to call or because we need to call with them due to this days difference. So
Mm.
we will ensure that Friday we will not call because it would be work days in Philippines. So
Mm.
ensure that Saturdays are available time or the common time to all of us. That if we will call Philippines, that would be the best time for us to call.
Mm. Yeah, okay. There is really a little adjustment, right? Okay, there you go.
Yes.
So, yeah, so it's really different. Okay, there you go. All right. Okay, so let me share my screen. Before we will move on to because today we will start with the first topic for IELTS. But before that, okay, I want you to have a warm up first. Okay, I want you to focus on your speaking and grammar. Okay, here I am
Okay.
sharing the screen. Okay, can you see it? Lifestyles.
Okay, one moment, teacher. Okay. One moment, teacher.
Okay,
Okay. Lifestyles.
okay,
Can I
there.
read?
Yeah, okay. First, I want you to read the first paragraph.
Okay. People have different attitudes toward living, towards attitudes toward living. Some seek self-oriented happiness without any consideration for others. To them, happiness means wielding political or economic power over others. But most of these people turn out to be disappointed in their pursuit of happiness. Since man's desire is endless, nothing can fully satisfy their needs.
Okay. So the topic here is about happiness. Okay. There
Mm.
you go. So the main idea of this paragraph is all about happiness. Okay. All right. So all of us like to find happiness. Okay. But for you, Mildred, how will you define happiness?
Happiness, in my own opinion, teacher, happiness is a temporary. Okay, you cannot find happiness in every situation. But if you will be having a joy in your heart, then joy is more than happiness. Uh, Joy is more than compared to happiness, in my opinion.
Okay. So if you will have this joy and maybe contentment in your heart. Okay, so that's happiness. Okay, there you go.
Mm.
All right,
It's
next.
next level to happiness, teacher. Yes, I'm sorry, teacher.
Mhm.
I will butt in. It's next level to happiness. It's more deeper meaning in physical perspective compared to happiness.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there you go. So with happiness, there are levels, right? Okay,
Mm.
there you go. Okay, next. Okay, here, please read the second paragraph.
Okay. Other people believe that the first step to attaining happiness is to restrain personal desire. Priests, monks, and nuns are the most common representatives of this group. But refraining from worldly passion. They think they are happy because they live their lives in accordance with religious commands. But can anyone without personal autonomy be genuinely happy?
Okay, there you go. So we are talking about here, okay, people living in accordance with religious command, the priest, the monks, and the nuns. Okay, they restrict personal desire. Okay, so they are following a lot of policies. Okay, as you know, a priest, a monk. Okay, and do you think they are happy?
I don't think so, teacher. Because in my own opinion, you can find joy wherever you go. You can find happiness wherever you go. It's happiness or joy is it's your own perspective. Like um, you can be happy even you will be at home, or
Mhm.
it is an attitude to how you will look at things. So, in conclusion to that is joy or happiness. It could be on your own perspective. It could be your own attitude, how you will look at things.
Mhm. Okay, it's how you look, okay, at life. Okay,
Yes.
there. So yeah, you were right. Okay. It because we are not the same, okay? We are different from each other. So happiness could be different too. Okay, next, the third paragraph.
A third group consists of very ordinary people. They have no great wealth or political authority. While they may have religious beliefs, they do not turn their back on the world, but they treasure their families, their value the little things of everyday life. They're happy if they have 3 meals a day, a car, a home, a vacation, enough money to educate their children.
Okay, do you agree with this one?
Yes, teacher. I would agree on this. Why? Because happiness or joy, it could be found in a personal relationship or a family related, or um, how you will deal with people and how you will look at things. Contentment. The first thing also, if you will look at happiness, contentment is the most important when we connect with contentment. Why? Because everyday life is should be, in my own perspective, it should be contentment is the first step, or is the first step, or basic, a common ground to become happy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there you go. Um, we have different status in life. Okay, sometimes other people's happiness is too low. Others, the requirement is too high for them to be happy. Okay, for rich people, if they have a lot of money, a lot of money, okay, maybe they will be happy. But for the poor, even though they will just be able to eat 3 times a day, so they will be already happy for that day. Okay, so it really depends. Okay.
Teacher, I will not agree, because some of the rich people, they are not happy even though they have lots of money. Some most of them are committing suicide.
Mm,
So where could they find happiness in that? So even you are poor or rich, if you are contented in life, then you will happiness would be your joy in in our hearts is the basic and common ground of everything.
yeah, you were right. Okay, there are even rich people, okay, who are not having a happy family. Okay.
Mhm.
They have a broken family. Okay, that is why maybe, okay, they try to reach, okay, for something through money and they weren't able to have it. So in the end, they will be frustrated, okay, and then they will sort into committing suicide, okay, ending their life. Okay, there you go. So it says here, happiness is the result of how you think about the world and your place in it. Okay, there. So we talked about happiness here. Okay, so we have new words here that I want you to look into. Okay, we have willed. Okay, please
Wield.
read.
Okay. Wield. Exercise influence effectively.
Okay.
Representatives. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Typical examples of something in accordance with, in conformity with, autonomy, self-government, independence. Turn one's back on, abandon, ignore, or reject. Who knows? It's not possible to know at that moment.
Okay, so these are the new words that we encounter while reading the paragraph earlier. Okay, so do you have any question?
So far, not non-teacher.
Mhm. Yeah, so I just want you to focus on the topic. Okay, so I think you can handle okay the questions related to happiness. Okay, yeah. This is the same topics that usually appears in IELTS exam. Okay, now I want you to express yourself. Okay, so you can freely express yourself, say anything you like as long as you're answering the question. Okay, so please read and answer number one.
What type of social activities do you engage in? Most of the time, I usually engage with a fellowship of co-believers who engage with an activity related for the kids, most especially in planning for the kids' future activities for the whole month or for the whole, uh, either for the whole week, whole month, quarter, or yearly. So that would be the activities that I like to engage or involve in my community.
Okay, community activities. Okay, community
Mm,
activities that has to do okay with your your religion, okay, and your kids. Okay. All right, for the future of your kids. Okay, there you go. Because you're a mom, you're a
yeah.
mother. That's why these are the activities that you engage yourself with. Okay, next number 2.
What would you think about becoming a priest, monk, or nun? In my
Okay.
opinion, I think that becoming a priest or monk or nun, it would be it would be what do you call this decision? I missed the word. It could be decision that it could be a decision, intentional decision in your life, because facing on this kind of um, religious activity daily, um, it would be a personal encounter or perspective. What would be your doing in your day to day? It means that intentional decision that could be having for a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But can you think do you think okay if ever you had a different life, okay, not the life that you have now, do you think you will end up as a nun?
Um, in my free will teacher, no.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because even if you will be married couple or married person, you will still practice your spiritual or relationship with the Lord. So whether you are priest or none, or you are priest or none of this kind of professionals, what I call this professionals or spiritual life, life will be go on with direct connection with your heavenly Father.
Okay, there you go. You can still practice and apply okay the beliefs and the okay what else? Okay, the beliefs of your religion, okay, even though you will not join, okay, the group of nuns or priests or monks. Okay, next, what religion do you have?
Uh, I'm a born again Christian, and I believe in one. I believe the three be three persona, the Father, Holy Spirit, and Jesus Christ, the Son of the Father, and also I believe it, they have only one manual, what would be the Bible.
Okay, there you go. All right, next. Number four, how do you spend your free time? Do you prefer spending it alone or with friends?
Well, teacher is since I have family, I usually spend my free time with my family, having during weekends. We usually during weekends or Fridays, we usually have a whole day fellowship with our co-believers in the church, where in the morning we'll be having attending service or mass, and afternoon we'll be having a fellowship with my co-believers in the church, which is the activities related to um, related to kids activities in the church. While on the following week also, I like on the following day also, like Saturdays, at Saturdays, especially these times that we are engaged, or we are committed to this online teaching. So most of this our whole morning will be at this online teaching, and online studies, or in the afternoon we'll be having we'll be in the other afternoon we will be out for some exercise at the park, where my kids, our family can be exercised also for the whole after these online classes.
Okay, there you go. So in the afternoon, you will go to the park, okay, to have physical activities as a form of exercise. Okay, there you go. All right. Okay. So as you noticed, okay, when you answer the question, okay, it's with all honesty. Okay. All right. It's based on your experience, based in your life. Okay. And if you will relate it to your experience, to your everyday life, you can freely express, right? It's okay, it's very smooth. Okay, there you go. Your idea and the way you express is very smooth, and usually your answers are very short. Two or three sentence is already okay. Okay, there. So that is how you answer the first part of the IELTS. Very short. Okay, straight to the point. Okay, that's for part one. Okay, so that is just a warm up. Okay, for you to be comfortable answering questions. Okay, now let me share this to you. Okay, here. The most common topic in IELTS is hometown. Okay, when you say hometown, it's the place where you are born and where you grow up. Okay, there you go. Now, since we will be talking about your hometown, so it's Bohol, right? Okay.
Yes, Ubay Bohol, teacher.
Okay, it's Ubay Bohol. Okay, so I want you to remember that Ubay Bohol is your hometown. Okay, so all questions about hometown, okay, will evolve in your life in Ubay Bohol, everything there. Okay, there. So that's what you need to remember. Okay, so first, this is our first topic, hometown. Okay, there you go. All right. So first, okay, I want you to read this paragraph.
Concerning this topic, you may be asked to describe your hometown with some details, such as where your hometown is located, what is special about, whether it is easy to travel around, what problems your hometown faces, what languages are spoken, or what environmental problems there are. Or you may be also asked to compare your hometown with another city.
Okay, there you go. All right. So that is the usual things that they'll ask you, okay, with the topic hometown. Okay. There you go. All right. So here, for now, okay, as we go on for the IELTS, I will show you, okay, the parts, the question, including the answer, and then later you can give your own answer. Okay. But as we go on, if we're done with this book, the next part of the class, I will no longer show you anything. Okay, but I will just talk to you like this. Okay, it's like I'm already the evaluator and you are the applicant. Okay, there. So that will be the setup in the coming weeks. Okay, for now, I will let you see. Okay, so now let's have part one. Okay, so I want you to look how they answered part one, okay, of this topic, hometown. Okay, so I'll be the one. Okay, first I want you to read and read also the answers. Okay, here. So first I want you to read this one.
Okay, now, where are you from? Where do you come from? Let's talk about your hometown. What kind of place is it? Okay.
Okay, so first I want you to read the example.
Okay. My hometown is Dalat on the Lambian Plateau. It is well known for several names such as the Foggy City, the City of Flowers, the City of Romance. Next, I come from a beautiful city in province or a remote village in.
Okay, so you can definitely start your answer like this one. Okay, like me. Okay, my hometown is Zamboanga City. Okay, Zamboanga City in the Philippines. It is well known, okay, or you can say it is also known as the City of Flowers or the Asia's Latin City because people in my city speaks the broken Spanish. And we have we have a rich culture, okay, similar to the Spaniards. Okay, and then you can say like that. Okay, there. Okay, now I want you to think of Ubay Bohol. Okay. If you are to present to me Ubay Bohol, how will you say it?
Okay. Okay, I come from the beautiful town of Obay, located in the province of Bohol in the Philippines. Ubay is a small coastal town known its natural wonders and warm hospitality.
Okay.
Okay, so
Ubay is a city. It's a city.
no, it's a town teacher town,
Town.
not a city town. So Bohol is the city of Bohol is only one is Tabilaran City. So one of the town is Ubay, far from the city. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a town.
Um. Mhm. Okay. Bohol is known for what in the Philippines?
Bohol is known for we have one wonders of the world which is the Chocolate Hills
Mm-hmm.
located in Carmen, Bohol. So this the Bohol that is known for that of that Chocolate Hills tourist spots.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I've heard about it. They name Bohol as one of the natural wonders of the world, right? The what's this? The chocolate hills. Okay. I came from the beautiful town of Ubay in Bohol. Okay.
Mm,
Um. Okay. One of the okay.
province
Bohol is a province, right? Most.
province of Bohol.
Okay.
Province of Bohol.
Okay. In the province. of Bohol in the Philippines. Okay, and then what else do you want to add?
It's a small coastal. The town I will describe that Ubay is having a small coastal town teacher. Coastal town for its natural wonders, and warm
Mm-hmm.
hospitality. If you will be in Ubay, most of the people there are, in terms of hospitality among each other, they're very warm. They're welcoming tourists. They're very accommodating in terms of when there's tourists will be welcoming in the city. They are more into it, or they're more welcome. Their hospitality is very warm.
Okay, resources and the people. Okay, okay, and the people of that place, we call them locals. Okay, and the locals, okay, are very friendly, welcoming, and hospitable. Okay, there you go. So, as simple as this one, it's already very good. Okay, so please read.
Okay. I came from the beautiful town of Bai in the province of Bohol in the Philippines. The place is rich in its natural resources, and the locals are very friendly, welcoming, and hospitable.
Okay, there you go. So as simple as that one. Okay. So you were able to tell me, okay, where is your hometown? And I came to know that it's in a province in the Philippines. Okay. So you were able to give me a little idea that your place, your hometown is rich in natural resources. And you're also able to mention something about the people, that they are friendly, welcoming, and hospitable. Okay, there you go. So as simple as that one. Okay, because we are still in part one. Okay, so two sentences or three sentence is okay. Okay, there you go. So that is how you answer when you'll be asked a question like this. Okay, there. So that is the
Where? Okay.
suggestion. Okay, there. Next. Okay. What if they will ask you, okay, what part of the city do you live in? Okay. All right. So what if it's the question like this? Okay. First, I want you to read this one.
Okay. One second. I live in the downtown area in a flat overlooking a busy road. It is a bit noisy and crowded, but it's very convenient, and there are more opportunities for job and education. I live in the suburbs, outskirts of the city, but I work in the downtown area, so I have to commute to and from work every day.
Okay. So this question requires you to give a very specific description of the area where you live in that hometown. Okay, there you go. So I want you to be very specific. Okay, so when you'll be asked to be very specific, okay, so the things that you need to mention is either you live in the center of the city, you are in the downtown area, or you live in a coastal area, okay, or you live in a far-flung area. Okay, and then you also need to tell me, okay, about the surroundings, okay, and you can add more, okay, anything that you want to add, okay, to describe to me the specific kind of place where you grow up. Okay, there you go. Now let's go back to that town, okay, where you grow up in Ubay, Bohol. Okay, there. So you can start, okay, I live in. Okay, so you can start your sentence with I live in. Okay. What kind of area is that?
I live in how do you call that? suburban teacher. It's a far, it's a town, but rural is a city, right? But
Yes.
urban is a province,
Yeah.
something.
Um, Urban is like a city, okay, where there's a lot of people, and then rural, it's like the houses are far from each other.
Okay, but how do you call teacher? Is our house is not far from each other.
Mm. Okay, it's like the setup is like a province. Okay, but
Huh?
um okay, but okay. So it's rural, right? Okay, it's rural.
Hmm.
Okay, so when you say rural, you are far from the downtown area.
Ah, okay. Okay. So I live in a I live in the rural area where I live in a rural area. Most of the I live in a rural area where most of the people, can I describe people, teacher?
Mm-hmm.
Where most of the people are, um,
Okay, the
can I
the
describe?
the
Can I
place,
use
the
here?
place first.
Okay, okay. I live in the rural area where most of the people are busy doing their daily. Okay, I will describe the places, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I live in the downtown area next to the. I live in the downtown area. How can I describe this?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm very convenient and more opportunities for job and education. I live in the rural area where most of the people having a busy life with noise with I don't
Mm-hmm.
know how to start.
Okay, it's rural, right? It's rural area. You consider
Mm.
that as a rural area. Is your house near your school? Elementary? It's far.
Yes, teacher, like 5 minutes walk,
Mm.
10 minutes walk.
Okay. There are vehicles passing by.
We have vehicles, but you know what we will call tricycle. It's just like it's a bicycle, but there's a sidecar on it.
Like a tricycle. In my city, it's tricycle.
Yes. Mm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So I live in a rural area. Okay. Let's have it rural area. Okay. I live in a rural area. Okay. There are many trees around you.
Yes, teacher.
Mm-hmm. Farms like
Farms, yes,
cows,
also. Yes,
goats.
there's also farms.
Okay. Okay. I live in a rural area. Okay. Where people. Okay. Okay. Where houses are close to each other, right? Okay, the houses are close
Yes.
to each other. Okay, there. I live in a rural area. Okay, where houses are okay close to each other. Okay, neighbors. Okay, neighbors. Okay, will. Okay, neighbors are okay taking good care of farm animals. Okay, because this is the setup in the Philippines, right? Our neighbors,
Mm.
they have their farm animals, cow, goats. If no money, they will sell it.
Mm.
Okay. All right. Is it noisy in your place?
Yes, teacher,
What's the
because it's
noise?
near to the market and near to the sea. We're near to the market and near to the sea.
But you are not in the coastal. You will not consider
Near to the
yourself living
coastal.
in. You are near to
Near
the
to the
coastal.
coastal was the teacher.
Okay, I can imagine. And the people there, the livelihood are literally
We are facing the Bohol Sea, teacher.
Bohol Sea. Wow. Okay, there you go. So let's try to consider that one. I live in a rural area where houses are close to each other. Okay, are close to each other. Okay, closer to each other. Okay, and my place, okay, is facing the Bohol Sea.
See.
Okay, there you go. Facing the Bohol Sea. Okay, and then okay, so we've mentioned the specific location where you live. Okay, and then there are farm animals, okay, around my house, okay, your neighbors, and the livelihood, okay, and the livelihood are usually
Fishing,
fishing,
fishing.
okay, fishing, okay, and then it's noisy most of the time,
Yes, teacher. Most of the time.
most of the time, okay, since I live near the
To the
market,
market.
okay, and okay, um, the roads are always busy, okay, with the vehicles passing by. Okay, just this one, it's already enough. Okay, please read.
Okay. I live in a rural area where houses are close to each other, and my place is facing the Bohol Sea. There are farm animals around my house, and the livelihood are usually fishing. It's noisy most of the time since I live near the market and the roads are always busy with a vehicle passing by.
Okay, see, so the objective here is for you to be able to invite the examiner to imagine the place. Okay, so as you can see with that three sentence, all we did is to describe. Okay, because you are giving okay the description of what specific kind of place okay you lived, okay, or what's the place there in your hometown. Okay, so usually this is what you need to give. Okay, what kind of area, specific area, the surroundings, okay, and then just think of anything okay that you can see around there. Okay, it is just like you are imagining the day that you are there in your hometown. Okay, there you go. So this is how you will answer this question. What part of the city do you live in? Okay, there you go. So three sentence is already okay. All right, next. Okay, this time you'll be asked what it is like living there. Okay, please read the example.
It is very convenient living there because there is a comprehensive transport system. We didn't have to travel very far to do our shopping.
Okay, there you go. All right. Or you can also
It
say
is
this way.
it is quite place to live in. Living there is fascinating.
Okay, there you go. All right. So you just need to be honest, okay, on what you feel while living there in that hometown. Okay. So what is it like living there in Ubay, Bohol?
Okay. The warm welcome or the hospitality of my neighbors, that would be the best thing that I myself and my family my family and I myself will encourage to be there in to be encouraged to be visiting that place.
Okay, there you go. All right. So you can start by saying, okay, living there. Okay. Living there is, okay, what's the adjective? Convenient. It's convenient, right? Okay, because the people
Convenient,
is
yes.
all. Okay, welcoming. Okay, living there is convenient, and maybe you can say safe. Okay, because the people are all good. Okay, living there is convenient and safe. Okay, the people of Ubay, Bohol, okay, are okay, hospitable, okay, hospitable, okay, and very welcoming, okay, even to visitors. Okay, there. Living there is convenient and safe. The people of Ubay Bohol are hospitable and very welcoming even to visitors. If I go there, okay, what will I expect from the people of Ubay Bohol? Will they help me to go
The
around?
yes, the warm hospitality, teacher.
Okay. So just like any other Filipino, cities, they will really welcome you. Okay, there you go. All right, there. So hospitable and very welcoming even to visitors. Um, they will even help you. Okay, go around the place safely. Okay, there. Maybe they will really tour you. Okay, this is only an example, just to support. Okay, your second sentence. Okay, please read.
Okay. Living there is convenient and safe. The people of a Bible Hall are hospitable and very welcoming even to visitors. They will even help you go around and place safely.
Okay, there you go. All right. Okay, so they will help you. And you can add other things, okay, that we can expect from the people of Bohol. Okay, maybe they will invite you to their house and give you food. Okay, there. So that's the usual, Filipino traits. Okay, when you're hungry and you go to their house, you will give them food. Okay, there. Okay, so there. So that is how you can answer. So as you can see, for the first part, I'm just encouraging you to make okay, three sentence answer, okay, because my students told me that for the first part, really, okay, if they are already there, because the time for the IELTS exam for the speaking is limited, I think 20 minutes only. So the first
Mm.
part is only very short. Okay, the answer should be short. Okay, that is why I am trying to put on your system for the first part one, only three sentence. Okay, so that you will get used to it. Okay, next. Okay, three sentence only. All right,
What
next
if
one.
teacher is more than three sentence teacher? They will cut it or
They will not cut you, but they will time because there is a timer. Okay,
so
they
if
are
more than teacher, they will minus the if we are more than the time, they will minus your scoring.
there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, because if they will only give you 20 minutes, so the speaking should only be 20 minutes. Okay, because you still have they say that for the first part, as a as the applicant, you really need to put into your mind that for the part one it should be only very short. Okay, because that is the rule for IELTS. For part one, the answer should be very short. Okay, straight to the point, because when you reach on the part two, okay, you will be talking for 2 minutes. 2 minutes, you will talk and talk and talk and talk. And then for the third one, that's a deeper discussion. Okay, so there, sometimes your sentence could be five, six, or seven sentences, explanation. Okay, so that is why you really need to be very conscious with the time and the answers that you will give them. Okay, there. So that is why they reminded me that when I teach, really need to remind the student for part one, make it very short. Okay, there. So that's the technique they told me. Okay, there. Next. Okay, same here. As you can see, most of the questions are three sentence. Okay, like here, it's still three sentence, but it's a little longer. Okay, but three sentence. Okay, next. Okay, for the next question, please read.
How long have you lived there? How long have you lived there? Have you always lived there? Have you ever lived in any part of Vietnam? Okay. I lived there for 18 years. 10 years ago, I moved to Hanoi for my education. I have been living there since I was in 1993.
Okay, there you go. All right. For Bohol, okay, how long have you lived there?
Okay. I lived there for, I will count teacher. I lived there for 10 years, 20 years. I don't know how long, 20 years. Okay. I lived there for 20 years. 10 years I moved to my cousin in Cebu.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I
I
lived
lived there
there
for
for
20,
20 years. Okay, and then,
okay. Hold on. 20 years I moved to Doha, Qatar for
okay,
Doha, Qatar for my job.
okay. I lived there for 20 years and then moved to,
To Doha, Qatar.
okay, to Doha, Qatar. Okay. When you were 20?
Um, 20, 24, 20, how old? 2060, 2042. Yeah, when I was 24.
Okay, there you
So
go.
I,
So, okay.
no, 4 years ago,
Mm, okay, but
4 years ago,
after, okay, so 20 years you are in Bohol, and then where did you go? You went to your
Doha,
brother?
Qatar. Teacher.
So okay, so you've been in Bohol for 20 years, and then right after there, did you live anywhere in the Philippines?
Uh, no, teacher. Okay. I lived for 20 years. 2 years after, 2 years ago, I moved to my auntie in Cebu for
Mm,
two 2 years.
2 years
Yeah,
in
2 years. And
Cebu.
then after 2 years, I moved to Qatar. I came here like
Okay.
24 years old.
All right. So you stayed in Cebu for
2 years.
2 years. Okay, there you go. I lived there for 20 years and moved to Cebu where I stayed for, okay, 2 years. 2 years. Okay. All right. Then at the age, okay, of 24, okay, I
I moved
went
went
to,
to
okay, okay, I went to Doha, Qatar, okay, okay, for my job, right? Because
for
you have a
my job.
job there. Okay, for my job. Okay. And spent, okay, all right. And spent, okay, there. So you can just simply say like this one. Okay, very simple. Okay. I lived there for 20 years and moved to Cebu. Okay, please read.
I lived there for 20 years and moved to Cebu where I stayed for 2 years. Then at the age of 24, I went to Doha, Qatar for my job.
Okay, there you go. All right. Okay, there. So do you have any questions? So very simple, right? So you just take note of this one. Okay, there. So do you have any question?
Non-teacher. I
Okay, there
need
you go.
to I need to know the dates or something like this. I need to look back or reminisce those past. What would be the timeline for my, you know, timeline for my years stayed in
Mhm.
Philippines.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. At least you are very specific, right? Okay, there you go. So
Mm.
we will continue tomorrow. I will end the class earlier because I remember I still have a training at 5 p.m. Philippine time. I will just extend tomorrow night. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
remember tomorrow night, okay, we'll have our class. I will just extend for 10 minutes. Okay. So tomorrow's class will be 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. There you go. Yeah, I
Thank you so
cannot.
much for the time, teacher.
Okay, there you go. So just make it slowly. Okay, at least you are having the idea on how to answer. Okay. Anyway, we will be having this kind of topic again and again. Okay, so at least you have, and then you will notice as you go on, it's easier for you to say your answer. Okay, there you go, Mildred. See you tomorrow,
Thank you, teacher.
10
See you
p.m.
tomorrow and have a nice
Thank
day.
you. Have a nice
Thank
day.
you. Bye bye.